Good morning, students. In a last period, we took information about the planetary winds and the local winds, as well as we learn how winds changes their direction due to the rotation of Earth. Today, we are going to learn some information about the seasonal winds or monsoon. Are you know what is meant by monsoon? Their information we are going to learn in this period. Okay. The monsoon is a term derived from the Arabic word mausin. The meaning of this word is a season. It was first used by Arabic navigators to describe the seasonal winds of a Arabic Sea. Okay. These winds blow from the northeast for the half of year and from the southeast for the another half of year. Okay. The monsoon winds blow from the cold to the warm areas. The monsoon winds are generated due to the uneven heating of the land and the water in a different seasons. The influence of a monsoon wind is seen in a summer and the winter season in the Indian subcontinents. And due to these winds, the Indian subcontinent experiences monsoon and the retreat monsoons apart from the summer and the winter season. Monsoon winds are in fact sea and the land breezes blowing on a large area. See here, the Southeast Asia, East Africa, North Australia, these regions are able to experience the monsoon wind. How it is that we will learn into the next one. Okay. There are two main types of the monsoon wind. The first one is the SW monsoon wind and the second one is NE monsoon wind. Let's take some information about these two parts. First one, SW monsoon wind. Most of the rainfall in the Indian subcontinent is a effect of a monsoon wind. After crossing the equatorial region, they blow from the southwest towards the Indian subcontinent. In the period of June to the September, they are called southeast monsoon wind. They are full of moisture and due to this wind, Indian subcontinent get rainfall. See, you are able to see in this figure this southwest monsoon wind blow from the sea to the land area of Indian subcontinent. These wind come from the ocean, that's why they have moisture as well as water in their wind. That's why we are getting the rainfall from this wind. Understood this? Now come on the second part of the monsoon wind, NE monsoon wind. Near the equator, low pressure area develops in a September to the December. 60 winds moves from the Indian subcontinent to the equatorial region. When this wind move from the Indian subcontinent to the equatorial region, you know that wind blow from the high pressure to the low pressure. On a Indian subcontinent, the high pressure belt occur and near about the equatorial region, low pressure belt occur. Due to this, from the Indian subcontinent, this wind moves to the equatorial region. This wind move from the land, that's why this wind is dry. There is no moisture in this wind. Understood? The direction and the wind, you have to know which type of wind have the moisture and which type of wind is dry. For the true and false, these statements will be asked to you. So underline these statements. The next important thing in this lesson is cyclones and anticyclones. We will take some information about the cyclone first. Cyclonic conditions are created when the low pressure area is surrounded by the high pressure area. You know that air blow from the high pressure area to the low pressure area. In the cyclone, at the center, low pressure area is created, and outside of it, the high pressure area is there. Due to this, wind start to blow from the high pressure area to the low pressure area. Means from outside to inside wind start to blow. Due to this, the rotation start in a wind in a cyclonic manner. But due to the rotation of a earth, these cyclonic winds moves in an anti-clockwise direction in a northern hemisphere, whereas the wind moves in a clockwise direction in a southern hemisphere. Many effects occur due to this cyclonic wind. Can you guess which effects are there? The sky become cloudy. What are the effects of these cyclonic winds? The sky become cloudy. The velocity of wind increases, means fastly wind blow. The third thing is there heavy rainfall. Understood? These are the effects of the cyclones. The area affected by the cyclone is limited. The duration as well as velocity, direction, and the place of origin of these winds is unpredictable. No one can say where these cyclones will occur, in which direction they will go, as well as what will be the velocity of these cyclones, because we cannot predict these things. Many times people on the coastline area affected due to the cyclones. Means cyclones come with high speed to the coastal area and they destroy the living of people. That's why cyclones are very dangerous for the coastline area. See this figure carefully. In an exam, many times question will be asked to draw the figure. Understood? What is the question? Draw the figure of cyclone, draw the figure of anticyclone. Here the millibars are provided to you. In an exam, the air pressure or the millibars provided to you, and using these millibars you have to draw the cyclone and the anticyclone. That's why you have to know the direction as well as where is the low pressure, where is the high pressure, arrow. These are the important things. If you wrote the wrong one, you will lose marks. Okay. In the cyclone, low pressure area is inside and the outside high pressure area is there. The center of a cyclone denoted by L. See in this figure with the black color, L denoted at the center. Yes, you have to write this L in an exam, otherwise you will lose your mark. All these things are very important. See this figure very carefully. Okay, and one important thing is that draw this figure with free hand. Okay, you have to draw this figure of cyclone and the anticyclone with free hand. Don't use circle or protector to draw the figure. Cyclones are not particularly in a circular shape, so you have to draw it with the hands. Don't use the protector or circle to draw the cyclone and anticyclone, otherwise you will get 0 mark. Understood? Now the next one, anticyclones. Many times cyclones anticyclones occur in a Pacific Ocean near about a coastal area. Okay, how the cyclonic winds form? or how the cyclonic storms form, their information first we will take. Many times some cyclone in a Pacific Ocean near about the coastal area occur. In which country? Near about the Japan, China, Philippines. These cyclones are known as typhoons. If that cyclone occur in a Pacific Ocean near about Japan, China and Philippines, that time we call to that cyclone is typhoons. These storms are most dangerous and dis- destroy the lot of area near about the coastal area. The velocity of wind is very high and they gives a heavy rainfall in their area. So these cyclones are very destructive. Okay, see in this figure. Some cyclones are there, they are generated or originated in a Caribbean Sea. When they generated in a Caribbean Sea, they are known as hurricanes. Yes, these are also destructive in nature and the maximum speed of this is 60 kilometers per hour. Okay, the cyclone originated in a temperate zone are not powerful. If the cyclones are not powerful, then they are not destructive. Means the speed of this cyclone is very slow, that's why they are not destructive. Understood? Now the next one, anticyclones. In some specific conditions, pressure in a center remain high and pressure decreases around it. Air moves from the high pressure to low pressure area. But due to the rotation of earth in a northern hemisphere, the wind moves in a clockwise direction and in a southern hemisphere it moves in an anti-clockwise direction. Here, how are the anticyclones? At center, high pressure is there and surrounded area have low pressure. You learn that the wind move from the high pressure to the low pressure, and that's why wind start to move from inside to outside. At this time, the anticyclone is there, sky is clear, and the velocity of wind is slow. Generally, anticyclone originates in the temperate zone. See in this figure very carefully. How are the positions of the different things? Where is the low pressure? Where is high pressure? How are the arrows? For this, you are getting marks in a exam. Okay, direction is too important and the center of anticyclone is shown by the capital H. See at the center of the figure high pressure and downside of it H, it denotes the center of the anticyclone. Okay, anticyclones generally occur in a high pressure belt. Winds in this region always move outside, that's why the less rainfall is there. When you draw this one, you have to draw all these things, all these pressure bars you have to write in a sequence. Okay, when you are drawing the cyclone or anticyclone. Understood this? Okay, come on the next one. Many times you listen the names of the cyclones, or you read the names of cyclones in a newspaper like Kayar, Hika, Falin, Karina, Shayuno, Giza, etc. You listen that names first? Okay. Then how we give the names to the cyclone? Anyone can guess? How we give the names? How we give that names to this one? Why we give these names? Anyone? Okay. For our understanding, we give the name to the cyclones and the anticyclones. Okay. But how we give these names? Here, these names and the list of the names are given by the countries where that cyclones occur. Mostly, cyclones occur in a ocean. That's why they made a list according to the oceans. Which country have their region in that ocean? All these countries gave the list of the names, and when that cyclones occur, we give the names to them. But one condition is there, the speed of that cyclone is more than 60 kilometers per hour, then only they name the cyclone. Why it is need to give a name to the cyclone? Can you guess? Yes, we give the name to the cyclone for our understanding. Yes, names made it easier for us to remember a particular storm. Means when that cyclone came, when that storm came, how we can know if names are not given? That's why we give the names to the storms or the cyclones. Okay, now what we learn in this lesson? First, we learn that wind moves from the high pressure to the low pressure. Due to the rotation of Earth, it changes their direction in a northern hemisphere mm, to the right and into the southern hemisphere to the left. Yes or no? We learn that due to the rotation of the Earth, it changes their direction. In a northern hemisphere, they deflected towards the right, and in a southern hemisphere, they deflected towards their left. Then we learn that the three important types of the wind, planetary wind, local wind, and the seasonal wind, as well as we learn their types. Due to the difference in air pressure, how the cyclones and anticyclones occur, their information also we learn. Yes or no? Cyclones are more destructive than the anticyclones. For our understanding, we give names to the cyclones and anticyclones. Okay, hope you understood this lesson. Yes, now write the exercise given below in a notebook properly and learn question and answers. Okay, thank you.